Grace and peace, everybody. Good to see you all. Grace and peace. Happy Wednesday to you all. Thank you so much for stopping by on this evening because you know what? You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, so you know what we're about to do. We're going to talk about Fani Willis and that celebration gala from last night. And I had some questions. I got some questions, y'all. I got some questions. I just got to get some stuff off my chest about it. We're going to look at that. We're also going to look at the very first that I feel really good interview, advertisement, if you will, for Courtney Kramer, who's running against Fani Willis. We're going to actually compare both of them. We're going to compare Fani rolled out a video as well, an advertisement today as well. And we're going to compare the two of them and just see. And then lastly, oh my gosh, man. I have a surprise for you all. This is totally something new to this channel. We're going to look at what stage 4 feminism does to the mind of a man. So we're going to look at what stage 4 feminism, this is when feminism has become terminal level feminism. What does it do to your brain? And oh my goodness, this is going to be a good one. So hopefully you all have a nice cool beverage of choice. Shout out to the Stanley Cup. And also got my Yeti over here as well. Hopefully you have a beverage of choice. Hopefully you're in a nice, comfortable position because we got a lot to talk about today. So thank you all so much for coming by. See, looks like we have quite a few already in the chat as well as watching. So shout out to them all. Stupid to keep voting for people who feed you poison. Wake up, people. I agree. What's popping in ATL? E. Todd asks. Grace and peace to you as well, sister. Thank you so much. And you know, Atlanta must be stopped. God's fancy girl. Hey there, Shar. Good to see you. Good to see you. So this one's going to be wild. We got a couple things. We're going in a couple different directions, but we're going to hold on. Hopefully we'll make it to the end safely. I think we're going to make it to the end safely. I don't know what I'm talking about. So last night, Fani Willis collected the W in her race against Christian Wise Smith. And somebody asked me, do you think that she cheated? And I don't believe she cheated. I don't believe she cheated. I don't believe there was any kind of shenanigans. I just sadly don't believe that Christian Wise Smith was as electrifying as I think most of us really knew that he needed to be. Very, very captivating. And I don't think it was. And I think if most people were honest, if they, in the quiet of their minds, they were, crossing their fingers and silently praying that he would win. But they knew deep down inside that he wasn't a draw. He wasn't the kind of person that again, conveyed his message very clearly, conveyed his ideas, and brought people into it. So, shout out to Christian Wise Smith for at least making a good run on it. Perfectly, he will, of course, reevaluate his politics and his ideologies, and then, try again, or maybe run for a different position, or maybe just stay out of the elected field and just keep doing good work in the field and where you are. So hopefully that was it. But something that happened last night, and it really bothered me. I really feel that Fani Willis, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Fani Willis is lawless. She is a lawless woman. She does not submit to law. She doesn't submit to rules. She doesn't submit to authority. She is the ultimate authority. I mean, I could introduce the Judge Dredd. I am the law. She's a lawless woman. And not only is that, she flaunts it. She flaunts her lawlessness. So I want you to go back in time. And I should have, if I was a better producer, because I'm a little struggle streaming over here. So y'all pray for me. Thank you so much for your encouragement. But just remember the whole deal with the dress. When she came to the disqualification hearing and lots of people were saying the dress was on backwards, this, that, and the third. I do think the dress was on backwards now. I told some people, Lady Dearwood Christian has a very similar dress to that dress that Fani wore. And looking at it, yeah, I feel like the dress was on backwards, but I digress. I noticed that at the next opportunity that Fani had to speak, which was the Women of Excellence or International Women's Day, she talked about her dress. It's this is just a dress from Ross. And she was flaunting that the whole brouhaha had happened about her in the dress at the disqualification hearing. And it's almost like she's snubbing her nose at you for calling her out about what she's doing. or what she had done. Now, mind you, that is not the worst of it. I do think that her constantly talking about where she lived is yet another flaunt, because everybody knows she was in the condo, or the yurty condo, the townhouse, whatever. And I really believe that she brings that up to put it in your face, that because everybody knows when you think about the condo, you're thinking about what? Nathan Wade and the GPS saying that he was over there late at night, getting over there late, leaving early in the morning, stuff like that. And I really believe that she's flaunting it in our faces that, yeah, y'all can't do anything about the fact that I outright lied to you, the fact that I outright am showboating what I've done in front of your face, and you can't do anything about it. I really believe that's what she's doing. Now, Jason, that's a lap too far, Jason. She's not that grimy. Okay, not a problem. Now let's jump to last night and the acceptance speech, victory lap, whatever you want to call it. Do you remember what she said about Grey Goose? Remember that? Yeah, this DA drinks Grey Goose. Remember that? Why did she say that? Because that came from where? Where did that come from? That came from the disqualification hearing when she went to Napa with Nathan Wade. And they're showing you in 4K. They don't care. They don't care. They're flaunting it in front of you. Now, I do think they're super reckless, because last night, Nathan Wade was at her victory party. Now, I'm not saying you can't be there at your victory party. It is your sneaky link, and she is your friend. So I got you. But boy, that sure did not look right. The optics were really bad. And what I really believe is going to end up happening is people are going to start paying attention to the fact that she's just flaunting it. She's just flaunting it. Just like she's flaunting those numbers that you could easily, if you wanted to, you could go back and check. 18,000 cases are gone. Backlog cases are gone. You could do some due diligence and find out, did all 1,800 or 18,000 get properly adjudicated, or did you just wipe them away? Did you just throw the files in the garbage? What happened? You could do that, but she's flaunting it. And I really believe that because she's lawless, and I could give you multiple other examples of her just being outright lawless and demonstrating that she has no respect for the law. So she'll lie to you because she has no respect for the law, in my opinion. She doesn't care what Congress says because she has no respect for the law. She just doesn't. So in my opinion, she's just going to keep showing that in front of you until something happens. She's just going to keep doing it. So it's kind of like a child that just keeps doing wrong until mom keeps saying, dad keeps saying one more time, and they just keep doing it until that one more time actually comes. And I believe it's going to be a really bad fall for Fani, because she is clearly, unequivocally, you cannot make me believe otherwise, demonstrating and mocking that she doesn't want to do the right thing. She's not going to. She's literally telling pastors at one breath, I'm doing God's work, but then the next breath talking about, I'm out here getting turned up, your DA drinks. Now, I'm not against drinking, but boy, she just seems to be, which way do you go? How do you do this? I don't know what side of the fence you land on, Fani. And we're going to look at it. I think you might, it's possible. You might actually agree with me. You might say, Jason, I think I kind of see what you're talking about, my guy. You're not just saying this. But let's, real quick, before we get into this, I do want to say, good to see you. Shalom, shalom. There we go, man. Shalom to you as well, friend. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Oh, by the way, I think I got my first official Dusty email comment. Oh my gosh. I have it downloaded. I'm waiting for the person to reply, because it's like a stream of consciousness that I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. So it's definitely qualifies for Dusty comments. That's unequivocal, Dusty email. It definitely is Dusty email. But I'm trying to give the person the benefit, like, what are you talking about? Maybe I'm just not understanding what you're trying to convey. Maybe something was happening. I don't know. I'm trying to give the person time. So I emailed them back and said, hey, could you explain what you're talking about here? But let me tell you this, it is Dusty. So you're going to need the pledge. You're going to need a lot of different microfiber towels and a dust broom, because there's going to be a lot of dust in that one. And it's not even long. It's just really wild. But I digress. What's going on? Q in the building. What's happening? Good to see Angel Wings is here. Always good. Thank you so much to my moderators. I just want to say thank you again right now as we get started. Thank you so much. Michelle says she had to put that dress on quickly to appear in court that day, if you get my drift. I get your drift, but her sneaky link that we know of, at least, was actually in the courtroom. So I don't know if I mean, anything could happen. So I'm not challenging you, but let's keep going. Dan says still have over 26,000 cases as of November 3rd, 2023, when she reported to Fulton County in December's reporting. That's my point. So, like, the reason she does that, I really believe she doesn't think anybody's going to check her. She doesn't think anybody's going to just take the time, as you just did right here, Dan, and say, you're full of hot air, Fani. That's not true. And I don't believe she cares. I don't believe she cares. She's just going to keep flaunting it. And we're going to see in a moment. I really think y'all might be like, yeah, Jason, I kind of see it. Like, she just wilding out. She wilding out. What is going on? Extreme X is in the building. What's happening? And then we got Mr. Chaplin. Thank you so much, sir, for stopping by on this evening. Hey, y'all, I'm allergic to dust. Trust me. This, if I pull this clip in here and show you, you will be sneezing. You'll need some Claritin and the whole nine. I'm trying to tell you. Let us get into this because I want to talk about this wild night that they had on last evening. All right, so last night, and it's kind of cool because the video we're going to watch in a moment is also in this article, so that makes it a 2-for-1. Ousted Trump prosecutor Nate Wade shocks guests with appearance at ex-lover Fani Willis's primary election victory party. I'm trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you. Like, wow. Like, he had to just go? He had to go. Okay. All right. Now, mind you, I've got several emails and text messages about other people that Nathan Wade has had relationships with that have won, like, for example, possibly somebody here in Cobb County. So the RICO charges might actually go further than I expected. RICO. Because apparently he has a relationship with somebody here in Cobb County, and I live in Cobb County. Problematic. All right, let's pull this in. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Or I'm just read it over here. I'm going to read it over here. All right, let us get this thing going. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why this is, you have it ready and it opens up perfectly and then it decides it doesn't want to do what it needs to do. All right, let's go. All right, let's do that. I'll be right back. All right. Nathan Wade shook revelers at the Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's primary election victory party Tuesday when he strolled in to the event all smiles. Wait till you see the picture. If you haven't seen the picture, it's just wild. I'm like, they're flaunting it. They're flaunting it in front of you. We don't care. We don't care. Wade, the former special prosecutor, whose love affair with Willis resulted in him being forced to resign from his historical crime case against former President Donald Trump. Let me also just add that he's still married. I just want to make sure that's right. I know it's petty, but he is still married. So you can be estranged. You can not like each other. Y'all can be living in different houses, different cities, different states, different time zones. You're still married. That's all I'm going to say. Among those gathered at an event space in Atlanta's Buckhead neighborhood to celebrate the district attorney landslide victory. Well, consider me shocked. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reporter Tamara Hellerman wrote on X after spotting Wade dressed to the nines. I don't think he was dressed to the nines, but I mean, I always say, like, I think Wade dresses very well. So definitely no shade there. All right, there goes Fani. And here goes Nate. Nate just walking in like, what's up, people? Where the Grey Goose at? Where it at? I mean, he just coming in looking like, yo, Nate is like, yo, where the goose at? She said she don't like the wine, but where the goose at? This is wild. And again, I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not saying that you cannot celebrate your friend. All I'm saying is that the optics are bad. But see, that's the point. They don't care about the optics. And I think there's a reason why, because they're lawless. All right. Wade walked in all smiles, she added. The 52-year-old prosecutor's victory over attorney and author Christian Wade Smith comes as she faces multiple investigations launched by the state and federal lawmakers over her alleged misuse of taxpayer money and relationships with Wade, which I'm glad that they had mentioned the taxpayers' money. It has nothing to do with Wade. It has everything to do with how taxpayers' money is spent. We can't keep turning a blind eye to what's going on in her office, Smith argued on the campaign trail on Monday. Again, I truly just don't believe that Christian Y. Smith is ready for the big league. Again, I just don't believe he's ready for the big league. I know he's a prosecutor. It seems like he's an accomplished attorney. I'm not arguing against his accomplishments. I'm not saying that he's not a good attorney. All I'm saying is I don't think he's ready for the big league as relates to this. And the reason I say that is because I know nobody who mentions his name. Short of you asking about him, I don't know anybody who said, oh yeah, Christian Y. Smith, I'm voting for him. Oh yeah, Christian Y. Smith, he stands for XYZ. Oh, Christian Y. Smith, I totally get that guy. That guy understands what I'm talking about. He knows what my pain points, and I'm looking forward to voting for him. I never heard anybody say that. Again, Christian Wise, my name is Jason Whitaker. I'm a fake political strategist. I'll help you out, man. But I'm hoping to be on retainer with Courtney Kramer. Courtney, holla at your guy. I'm here still. I'm still gun for hire. All right, let's get going. Let's get going. Let's get going. Chaos, corruption. It's time for us in Fulton County to stand up and take our justice system back, he said in his plea to voters. Though I think his plea is right. I think his plea is right. But I also think he needs to now accept that the people of Fulton County, Fani Willis is the DA that they deserve. I mean, now granted, I don't know how much of a better DA Christian Y. Smith would have been. I'm not assuming that he would have been, just as fantastic. However, this is the DA that they chose. So therefore, this is the DA that they deserve. Now, the reason I say earlier, I don't believe that there was any kind of shenanigans and hijinks is because he wasn't running a good campaign. If he was running a campaign where you see lots of energy, lots of excitement, lots of electricity, if you will, that people are looking forward to voting for him, and he lost as bad, maybe then I would be like, yeah, I can kind of see it. But we all watched that. We watched him on Monday. We watched a couple of his, even at the debate, lots of people weren't won over. So therefore, I'm not going to give him I'm not going to take from Fani and say she cheated in order to beat this man, because I don't think that he required cheating. Okay. Now, if Courtney Kramer, and when we look at her ad, you all will let me know what you feel. If she comes out with all kinds of electricity, all kinds of excitement, enthusiasm, meeting with the people and really connecting with them, and she loses by 20, 30%, then we might have a conversation, but I don't think that's the case here at all. Willis, who was the first elected as head of the Atlanta area DA's office in 2020, saw her profile dramatically rise after leading a historic criminal investigation and subsequent indictment of Trump over the alleged involvement in the plot to overturn the Peach State's 2020 election results. Willis made no reference to the Trump case in a recent 3-minute campaign ad in which she touted going after gangs and violent offenders. We've seen a third largest crime drop in America, she claimed in the campaign spot. All right. She predicted Monday that she would win big over Smith despite allegations of misconduct against her. I mean, she did, and that's true. With 55% of the ballots counted by 8 p.m. Tuesday, Willis had nearly 90% of the vote, according to the Associated Press. In January, nearly 5 months after charging Trump and his 18 co-defendants, 4 of whom have pled guilty. In her sprawling racketeering case, allegations surfaced of that Willis had an inappropriate romantic relationship with Wade, whom she hired to handle the 2020 election case. In February, Willis admitted to having a personal relationship with Wade, and her paramour was forced to resign from the Trump case by the Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee. All right, and I'll leave the link to this down in the description, there's a couple of tidbits about Fani that might be useful or might be beneficial. It's called What to Know About District Attorney Fani Willis's Trial. Wade collected nearly $654,000 in legal fees since 2022 from the Fulton County DA's office for the work on the Trump case, and allegedly paid for multiple lavish trips he took with Willis while employed by her office. On Capitol Hill, House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, Republican from Ohio, is investigating whether Willis misused federal money received from the Justice Department during the investigation into Trump. Willis has accused Jordan of attempting to interfere in the criminal investigation and being illegitimate in his position, which I think that's why I keep saying she's lawless. Like nobody can correct her. Like anything that she's wrong at, you're wrong for saying it. I continue. Senators Chuck Grassley from Ohio and Ron Johnson from Wisconsin are running a separate probe into whether the Fulton County DA misused federal funds. At the state level, a special committee in Georgia Senate is investigating potential conflicts of interest and misuse of public funds by Willis related to the relationship with Wade. Willis has vowed to not testify in the state investigation, questioning lawmakers' authority to subpoena her. Again, lawless behavior. If you and I said, "Oh, I'm not going to answer a subpoena," like, let me know how that works for you. Yikes! What happened? Let me know what happens if you say, "Hey, I got this subpoena to appear in court. I'm just not going to respond to it." Let me know how that works out for you. Let me know how that turns out. I don't think it's going to be in your favor. But, hey, maybe the fates are in your favor. I don't know. Willis has vowed, I already said that. Willis will face Republican challenger Courtney Kramer, holla at your boy Courtney, in the general election in November. The district attorney has blasted Kramer as unqualified to serve in the role. Okay. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee, who was randomly assigned last year to preside over the Trump case, also defeated his opponent Tuesday in a nonpartisan election. The 34-year-old jurist was appointed by Republican Brian Kemp in December 2022 to fill a vacant judicial spot, and he will now serve a full 4-year term starting in January. Wow. So he's got this whole year, man. He's gonna be in there for a long time. McAfee beat civil rights attorney and media commentator Robert Portillo. He had received strong bipartisan support to keep him in the seat of the bench ahead of the election. And that is it. So I'm not saying that you can't celebrate with your friends, but my goodness, in the morning, the optics here are extremely egregious. Like, really, Nate? You had to, and please understand, there are going to be investigations that come up, and Fani keeps flaunting. Fani keeps, basically thumbing her nose at the system. Eventually, that's going to come back to get her, because people are going to look at her and be like, yeah, sure, maybe you did pay him back in cash, but you seem really cavalier about the seriousness of this matter. You don't seem to care that there are people in Fulton County that don't like what you've done, and they're asking you to just move a little bit more circumspect, to be a little bit more concerned about the way that you come across as an elected official. So that's why I think Fani Willis is lawless. But I want to hear what y'all thinking. What do y'all think? Let's see what we got here. Dan says that lady in Cobb County won the Democratic position in Cobb Judicial Court District Attorney. I thought Wade was bankrupt, according to the latest divorce court filings. I thought so too. And I guess we don't know. Christian Y. Smith was a placeholder, Dan said, when and if Fani would lose her ability to practice law. With her restriction of her bar license, this could be a timeout or disbarment by the Georgia bar. That's fair. I know that we don't know, like when the bar does something, anything short of disbarment, they don't have to let you know. So they slap them a fine, they censor them for 6 months or anything of that nature. Make anything short of disbarment, they won't let us know. Willie Doc says, in your opinion, why did Fani win? Fani won because Fani had name recognition, and people will vote for the devil they know above the one that they don't know. And at the current moment, I know people don't like this, but Fani Willis has more personality than Christian White Smith, and that's why I believe she won. They weren't willing to gamble with somebody they don't know. They weren't willing to vote for somebody they're not certain if they're able to do. Which again, I don't think I don't think Christian White Smith did a good job of letting people know what he was going to do. That this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. No, definitely how I'm going to do it. I don't think the how I'm going to do it. He talked a lot about various and sundry things, which seemed like they were good ideas. But the how you're going to accomplish it was not there. And I think also he didn't go on the attack. I think he should have attacked Fani Willis. He should have attacked her record. He should have attacked all those fake numbers she pouts and stouts and pushes out there. Should give him all the business. That's what I think he should have done. That's my question. That's my answer. What's going on? Transplant? Mickey's in the building. Always good to see you. I know I saw, who else did I not see? There she is. It's Susie Q. There we go. Good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by on tonight. All right. If you don't mind, there's 86 of y'all watching this. Currently, I have 37 likes. Is it possible? If it's not too much of a hassle, can I get 3 more to get me to 40? That would be dope. And I got another fun video for us because I want you as the best live chat on the YouTube internet. I want you to watch Courtney Kramer's ad and Fani Willis's ads. And I want to hear from you, which one do you like the most? And put partisans away, put things away, and such like that. We're just going to look at them for the value of what they are. And let's see if I got this right. It's very possible I don't. Not bad, Jason, not bad. This is out of whack, but there it is. We're going to start with Lady Fani, or she likes to be called Madam DA. All right, we're going to maximize the screen. This video file cannot be played. All right, that's problematic. So what we're going to do, struggle streaming over here. We're going to play that off and pretend like that's exactly what I wanted to do. All right, let me fix that real quick. Because I don't want to play Courtney's first, but let me just test. Let me see if I can play Courtney's. 1, 2, right here.
I really like these bras. I have 4 of them now.
Okay, all right. That's why this is another reason why your guy needs to get YouTube Premium. That's why your guy needs to get that YouTube Premium, team. All right, so let's hear what Miss Courtney Kramer has to say. Let's go.
So people should vote for me come November because I kind of want to backtrack from that question, if you don't mind. So Fulton County has not had a Republican qualify for district attorney in over 30 years. I'm 30 years old. So basically in my whole lifetime, we haven't had a Republican qualify. And Fani Willis is the first female district attorney. So I know for a fact we haven't had a female qualify.
Okay, some reason or other it's buffering. I'm giving it a second. And these are just 11. It's not really a good ad as much, but I want to see, what do you all think? It's about the same length, maybe a minute longer than Fani Willis's. So I thought that might be a good way to kind of introduce us to Courtney Kramer. Holla at your boy, Courtney. I'll help you out.
So people should vote for me come November because I kind of want to backtrack from that question, if you don't mind. So Fulton County has not had a Republican qualify for district attorney in over 30 years. I'm 30 years old. So basically, in my whole lifetime, we haven't had a Republican qualify. And Fani Willis is the first female district attorney. So I know for a fact we haven't had a female qualify in well over 30 years, probably 50, probably 60. You do the math. Fulton County hasn't had a voice for who their next DA is going to be. We've always been told on the ballot come November, it's one name. It's whoever qualifies, right? So it will be the Democrat, not me. Normally it's Paul Howard and now Fani Willis. We haven't had a Republican, and I think conservatives deserve a voice, and Fulton County deserves a choice in who their next DA is going to be, especially given the political climate the last 4 years and 8 years under Paul Howard.
Why did you decide to run?
Because I just want to effectuate change. Every job I've ever held, every position I've ever held is always, the goal is to effectuate change for the better. I'm born and raised in Fulton County. I've seen the decline of Fulton County under a Fani Willis administration, under a Paul Howard administration, and that's exactly why I decided to run. It's not safe anymore. People don't want to live here anymore. I don't think that's fair for the voters. I don't think it's fair for the citizens, and I think that, like I said, Fulton deserves a choice.
Are there any changes that people should expect if you were to be elected?
100%. You will have absolute transparency if I am elected, and accountability. I don't think we have that right now. We don't know where our money is going to. As a taxpayer, I have no idea where my money is going to. We get told vaguely where our money is going to and what it's being for, but that's not really the case. You talk to our Board of Commissioners in Fulton County, the current administration in the DA's office will request money, and that will be used for what it was supposed to be allocated for. That's a problem. We have to have accountability and transparency in this office, and that's exactly what I would bring to this office.
Last night on Rachel Maddow, Fani Willis said that you were challenging her, but you didn't really have many qualifications to actually take the office. What would your response to that be?
My response to that, and I watched that today actually, and I kind of giggled, but my response would be that in order to be, an attorney and especially a DA, you have to have a good head on your shoulders. You have to know the rules of professional conduct. You have to know when you have a conflict of interest, and I have that. Fani Willis has proven that she does not have that. Yikes. So qualification-wise, it's ironic to me that she says that because you have to be qualified to manage an office. You have to be qualified to manage people and know who is the best person for that office. And I'm 100% qualified in that regard. So that's what my response would be to her.
What about in terms of criminal defense prosecution? Do you have any experience with that, or how would you handle that if you were elected?
So in regards to that, I was, and she said it last night, I've been practicing for 4 years. But under our Constitution, you have to be a barred attorney for 3 years. So if our legislator wanted to up that requirement, they very well could. And when I was in law school, I worked under Mike Carlson and Vic Reynolds in the DA's office in Cobb County. I've learned a lot in that office. I helped produce Carlson Rules of Evidence the last couple of years. I also would say that in regard to criminal prosecution, you have to know who you would hire. You have to know who the head of your offices would be. You have to know what ADAs you would hire. I know exactly who those people would be. I can't say that right now, but I know exactly who those people would be because I'm so connected with that community and in the community in Fulton County in general.
I think one of the biggest questions on people's mind when they see a Republican challenging her for that office, would you continue the prosecution against the former president?
So I've said it before, and I'll say it again on your show. I would recuse myself. I have to recuse myself because I was involved with President Trump. I was an intern in the White House, and then I was also an attorney for a couple of the defendants and a litigation consultant during the 2020 election. So I would recuse myself from that case.
Anything else that you think people should know?
I think that this race, everyone's talking about Republican versus Democrat, but it's not about that. This race is about not right versus left. It's about right versus wrong. And that's what I think Fulton County needs to know.
All right. So, hey, move that out of the way, man.
So I thought this girl was working out like crazy, but she wasn't.
Girl was working out like crazy. All right. So I wanted y'all to hear that. She doesn't have an official ad, and I should not have said ad. I should have said the first interview that came out after Fani's victory. So I should have said an interview, and now we're going to look at Fani's ad. But I do want to see, if y'all don't mind, drop it in there. I saw somebody mention that she sounds extremely young. I thought that was interesting. Let me see real quick. And Costa Chameleon says, yikes, she's my 30-year-old and sounds like it too. Okay. What do y'all think about that? Need to stick to the facts. She needs to stick with facts, not political parties. Okay. I like it. If Courtney would have started or rather stated some numbers on how things look under Fani, I think that would have made her stance look stronger. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lone Star. I appreciate it. I can totally get with that. All right. I like it. What we got here? Facts first. Transplant Texan says, McBee, that would be a good point. Facts first. Fani will try to make it Democrat versus Republican race. Courtney needs to make it a race of facts and receipts. There we go. Pay attention, Courtney. We're here to help you out. Jason, Dear World Christian, and the best live chat on the planet is here to help you out. So please make sure you follow us. Help us out. We're going to help you out. Let's go. There are links to the State Bar of Georgia site above. The links for each category. Voluntary surrender, suppression. I'm sorry. What are we talking about? I feel like I missed something. Oh, we're talking about the Bar Association. Okay, I got you. I got it. Thank you, sir. DWC. Did you say that Fani and former DA Paul Howard were? No, I don't believe so. Lots of people have insinuated that Paul Howard was doing what Fani is doing, having relationships with somebody that he works under. I don't know that emphatically. I've heard two different stories. Some people say, no, he was just a mean, ornery guy, but he wasn't, he didn't have a sneaky link. I heard some people say that he was, and he did have some sneaky links. I don't know emphatically. Wait, I probably need to hear that ad. Shar, and definitely, it's on 11 Live. It wasn't really an ad. It was an interview. So I'll have to do a better job at that. Sorry about that. Let us go. Fani's claim that she is too young, maybe fresh is better. What we have going doesn't work. I agree. All right. That's going to hurt her inside Atlanta. They want to see Trump burn. Okay. There we go. It's very possible too. So I got you. Courtney Kramer looks ready. Okay. I like it. Okay. Those claims were never proven in court. I don't know what were the claims. I don't know what the claims were, Dan. I'm sorry. It would have been smart if Miss Kramer was to say, well, Fani Willis can't use the race card anymore because a person of color challenged her on questions about answering subpoenas from Congress. Well, when she does it, we can all just laugh. We can all have like a, throw back some Grey Goose or something in honor of it because it's going to be funny. Oh, you're talking about against Paul Howard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. And I hope I didn't besmirch. I just said I heard Paul Howard was a bad dude. I don't know much about him. But again, I've talked to people who've worked with Paul Howard and I've heard conflicting stories. So he probably was a decent fellow and probably just maybe people stories have emerged and become embellished. But I don't have a dog in the race about Paul. So hopefully he's doing okay with his life. Now, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so very much. I got nearly 100 of y'all watching this video. Thank you so much. I do want to try something. I know this is going to be bad because I know YouTube keeps bugging me to try this. Okay, I'm going to try for 5 minutes, even though I got this video ready over here. I'm going to try for 5 minutes to put this on members only chat. YouTube wants you to try out all of their features. I'm going to put this in members only chat just for a moment, just to see how it works. If you could please, in a moment, everybody's going to be parsed into either you're a member of the channel and you're able to chat, or you're not a member of the channel and you're not able to chat. If you don't mind, if you could please, in 3 seconds, can you please just type your favorite non-alcoholic beverage in the chat? And there it is now. Can you do that now? Let's see how it looks. Oh, wow. It tells you this. Wow. That's crazy. All right. Water. I love it. Transplant said, look, I'm down on it. I'm team water. Susie says she's team sweet tea. All right, I love it. Green tea and peach iced tea. Ginger ale. Got that tea game running, okay? All right, I think this is long enough for YouTube because they keep giving me this, ask me to do that. So now, all right, hint berry water. Wait, hint blackberry water. What is that? You went from water to hint blackberry. What is that? All right, now everybody's back. All right. I just want to see how it keeps telling me to do that. Try it out. Try out the members only chat. All right, now go Team T. Y'all are wild. All right, I just wanted to try that out. They've been bugging me to try that. So thank y'all so much for putting up with that. I don't know if I really like that much, but at least I tried it. All right, so Fani Willis. Now, Fani actually did a real bona fide ad. This is a real ad. So it's not a, during Dan, non-members can't post during that mode. That is correct. So I just wanted to try it out. YouTube wants you to try out all the features on the back end. And they say, try all these features out. And I've not tried them all. And so that's one of them that they asked me to try. Like, try this out. So, and that's it. So basically, only members of the channel are able to communicate. All right. So this is Lady Fani. And she actually has a real ad. So it's not just an interview, but it's a real ad. So let's see what Fani is proud about. What is she regaling here, and what we can learn about Lady Willis. Good gracious, Lord, I feel like we know a lot about already. Let's go.
Thing. They never see it coming. 4 years ago, when I took office, crime in Fulton County was out of control. There had been a gang war going on for years. When George Floyd was murdered, that was a disgusting tragedy after so many other disgusting tragedies. Community trust with law enforcement was broken. The district attorney's office was completely broken.
No justice! No peace!
At every angle, there were problems.
Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up!
My father lived through many atrocities in the civil rights movement. There was actually a sit-in protest. While they were sitting at that counter, a white man spat on him.
He spit right on top of my head, and I could feel the tobacco juice just dripping down the side of my face. And I was just so enraged.
That man was offended by African Americans being treated equally and having the right to vote. I stand here on the shoulders of great people. My father and others, they fought and some died for the right to vote. Being born into the movement taught me some real core values. Everybody is entitled to some dignity. What we are doing is a balanced approach. We are prosecuting the most violent criminals while making sure that we save children and we give first-time offenders a second chance. I've launched a number of programs that help children and adults. If I can solve crime by seeing children in the classroom and not the courtroom, then that is a great success. I'm unapologetic about going after gangs very vigorously to remove them from our community.
Fani Willis
cracks down on gangs and drugs.
Homicides are down more than 21%. Violent crime is down more than 25%. We have the third largest crime drop in America. People deserve to live free from crime. Women pushed around too long deserve to be free from fear. It is very important to me to defend every citizen of Fulton County's civil rights and their right to be safe. It doesn't matter to me how violent you are. I am not going to back down from prosecuting those that are wealthy or powerful. As all the attacks come at me, they don't understand what I'm built from, what fire I come from. I'm Fani Willis. Like I said before, I am always underestimated, but that can be a powerful thing. How powerful? If you break the law in Fulton County, you will be brought to justice.
All right. You will be brought to justice. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think? Let me hear. Let's see what the people are saying. What are the people saying here today? Jason, what are they saying? They are saying, first of all, a lot of people stopped by. Thank you so much, D. Good to see you. The eyelashes. Y'all are wild. All right, what do y'all think about that ad? Afternoon best chat. D is in the building. Good to see you, D. Always good to see you. Fani Willis hides behind the church. I can't stand anyone that uses their faith in the Lord to do bad and hide behind it. I mean, I agree with you. I see what you're doing there. Let's keep this going. I was typing that Courtney just needs some polishing up with her language and delivery in interviews. Holler at me, Courtney, we can help you out. Me and Costa Chameleon lives in Atlanta too. We can work with you. We can help you out. She sounded very young and a bit too perky. She needs to sound less sorority and more boss mode. Okay. I got you. I think she needs, I can see what you're saying. So I can rock with that, Costa Chameleon. I can get with that. Absolutely. Interesting narrative. Her book will reveal the false crimes and truth, just starting with that reveal. Fani is slick, Transplanted Texan says. Courtney Kramer needs some interview coaching and some more polishing. Forget party, forget Trump. Focus on Fani's failed promises and how Courtney Kramer offers an alternative to that corruption. There we go. That's it. That's it right there. Texan right there bringing the heat. But what do y'all think about Fani's interview? What do y'all think about it? Do you feel that is what Fulton County needs? I think Fulton County gets what it gets and it shouldn't pitch a fit. But, I mean, they deserve it. They deserve what they get. All right, let's keep this going. Let's go. Just jumping over from Inside the Law, Michelle says, good to see you, Michelle. But yet, Fani's people are dying in jail under her watch. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going back up here. This could be the formula. If Courtney Kramer just applied what is right here, I think this is the formula for victory, in my opinion. Or if nothing else, it's the formula for maximizing your campaign. Because at the end of the day, the victory is going to be is in the hands of the Lord. So whoever wins, that's on them. But at least you know that you did your best. And I think Texan right here gave a fantastic formula, very short and to the point. Get polished and really fine-tune your message and point at all of the failures that are Fani Willis. Because a lot of the things that she touts as victories are really failures. And you need to draw that out. And I think if she does that, I mean, it could be different. Oh, no, she is using her father. I mean, yeah, really. Atlanta needs to be stopped. Women need to be free from fear. Wow, Fani. Absolutely, Mickey. There was so much wrong with that. Okay, I agree. What about the poor people who commit the bulk of the violent crimes? She never addresses them. Fani lied about representing clients in California while an intern between her second and third year of Emory Law School. Okay. Hands Up Don't Shoot was based on a lie. Absolutely, it was. She needs to be brought to justice. Lies abound in that book. Dan said he's not feeling that book. Okay. I agree. It's a beautiful place. Too bad it's worthless. Are we talking about, I don't know, what are we talking about? This is a Christian channel, so I'll hold my mule. Let's keep it together. Keep it together. Because we got a good one coming up next. The next one is going to be, that one's going to get you riled up, I'm telling you. All right. Her dad didn't fight for people to have the right to vote. The 15th Amendment was ratified in 1870. Ouch. There is a lot of false narratives that are pushed around, quote unquote, civil rights. I will admit, there's a lot of stuff like, wait, hold on. That don't even make sense what you're saying. Like, I don't think you've thought about what you just said there. So I'm with you there. Fani says she went to court on page 22. Dan is not having this book. Dan has said he is not having it. Y'all, Dan gonna give Fani the business. I'm gonna keep quiet in this. DeWanda says, all right, so It looks like for the most part, if I ask, I think we need some good ad. I'm hoping that Courtney Kramer will drop an ad soon so we can compare two ads and two different ideologies against one another. I kind of understand what you all are saying about the age and about the perkiness. I think personally, in my opinion, I think she can utilize her youth. She can utilize the contrast in her voice and inflection against Fani Willis, because it's only going to take 2 or 3 pushbacks for Fani Willis to go Black Girl Magic on her, and then it's off to the races. All you got to do is just hold on tight and be able to weather the storm, and you can just get Fani. It's not going to be difficult to make Fani Willis act ridiculous in a debate. I'm sorry. There's no way to make it. That's very easy to do. All you got to do is say something that she doesn't like, and it's off to the races. Just misspeak, and it's a wrap. I'm here for campaign consulting. That's what I'm saying. It's the Texan Chameleon Dear Woke Christian legal campaign consulting firm. The transplanted chameleon, Dear Transplanted Chameleon campaign consulting firm. There we go. That's it. That's ridiculous, and I think that could work. Now, granted, it would take a whole business card to put our name on there, but hey, it is what it is. We need to really do something to help Courtney. This is Yeshua is Lord. Since she won't debate, and you're right about that, then that's it. Have Courtney follow Fani Willis anywhere and everywhere and challenge to debate. I think that's good, but I'm going to say here, let's just have a conversation, everybody. This is like a little family meeting, okay? Less melanated women going after Black women, demanding stuff from them. They love to push that narrative. And I hate to say it, but Marjorie Taylor Greene has ruined that. So that idea of just like, oh, I'm just going to follow. I'm going to be at every event that you're at. I think it would work out wrong. I think Courtney, as I said before, Courtney Kramer should control all of the narrative, because otherwise it'll be Fani Willis, District Attorney Fani Willis's challenger chases her. So whose name did you hear? Fani Willis? No, it could be she said something great, but that's what the headline will read. Rather than that, it would have to be Courtney Kramer, District Attorney Fani Willis's challenger, holds press conference. And you hold a press conference at the local, like it's known here in Atlanta that the gas stations are not safe to go to. There are so many things that happen wrong at gas stations in Atlanta. It's really bad. So, I mean, I've been doing it for years, but like, I don't let my wife go get her own gas. I go get her gas here in our neighborhood because she drives into the city for work, and I don't want her to have to need gas in Atlanta. It's just bad. Why doesn't Courtney Kramer do a press conference at some gas stations? In the middle of the day, of course, but like do that, like really push the point and make Fani chase her. It won't be difficult. That's the problem. It really won't be difficult. And my name is Jason. I am a made-up, make-believe campaign strategist. Feel free to holler at your boy, Courtney, dearwokec@gmail.com. All you got to do is apply pressure. Go to Fulton County Jail, have a press conference outside, and drop video links and video shorts and reels about your presser. Then go to the gang prevention center that's not built. Do the same thing. Then go to the local gas station that just had a shootout 2 weeks ago. Go to the grocery store and look at pricing, or go to grocery stores and convenience stores that have to do all these new security measures because people are trying to rob them. Do that and really drive it home. Don't let it stop. Don't let anything off the pedal. Like literally, when this thing is over with, you either pass out because you're tired or you're overjoyed because you won. But that's the only option you have. You are going to run this marathon full throttle the whole way, however many days between now and election day. That's what you got to do, Courtney Kramer. I'm sorry, that's it. Because again, I do understand Fani Willis has a monster machine in front of her, or behind her rather, but she's beatable. Anybody is beatable. Anybody can have one bad day. That's it. And again, make Fani Willis chase you by you coming in and going after her record, Go to the Senate and talk about what you say. Matter of fact, promise an immediate audit as soon as you're elected. There you go. My name is Jason Whitaker, and if elected, I will do an audit with XYZ auditing firm on my office immediately. Independent audit immediately. There you go. And that problem will be solved. Because Fani Willis will not do that. So what you want to do is you want to keep putting the thumb on what Fani Willis won't do. So you give facts. You say there's 18,000 cases done. Well, we see all these SA kits here at the crime lab. What are you talking about? What cases did you resolve? Because these cases are old. These are from 2003. These are cases from 2010. We're like, what are you talking about? Put facts and receipts and just keep driving that. That's it. And again, whatever happens, happens. But I think what could happen is that you could frustrate her to the point that she does want to debate. She has to debate you. Because not only will you be demanding a debate or definitely posturing yourself, Courtney Kramer, for debate, but her team is going to be like, you got to say something about this. Because she's saying that you're lying about XYZ. She's saying that she's going to do an audit of the office. She's going to work with she's going to open up all the books and all the doors and let the Senate peer in and see what's going on and so on and so forth. You're going to have to say something, Madam DA. And then that's it. She will agree to a debate at that point. And then from there, you just wear her out. Ask questions. If you don't know the answer, you ask the questions. All right, that's my point. Thank you. I'm tired of the fought for the right to vote narrative. I'm just saying, like, yes. Because you would think that clearly people weren't able to vote in the 60s. Because nobody ever challenges the question. All right, let me see. All right. I see some good commentary right there. Dear Transplanted Chameleon Campaign Consultants. That thing right there, y'all. DTCCC. That's kind of nice. I like that. What y'all think about that? Let me change my my phone number and stuff to show up as Dear Transplanted Chameleon Campaign Consultant so that when Courtney Kramer calls me, she's actually calling our firm. I love it. That is great. Courtney needs money. She needs citizens to put the narrative in store to counter Fani and her lies. No. This is going to be a grassroots problem, a grassroots solution. Oh my gosh, somebody's calling me. And I thought it was, y'all had me thinking it was Courtney Kramer. Yes, you need money. That is true. But you don't need money to flip out your campaign staffers to flip out their phones while you're doing a presser outside of Fulton County Jail. I'm sorry. Again, make it work. As when I was a school teacher, my motto was, don't bring me problems, bring me a solution. So you could come to me and say, Mr. Whitaker, little Johnny punched me. Okay. Now, what did you do to resolve the problem? I moved away from him, Mr. Whitaker. I went to the back of the line. I went and sat at another table. Fantastic. Thank you so much because you brought the solution. Now let me go deal with little Tommy. But I appreciate, don't come to me with, you don't have a solution. So in this situation right here, I think she does need money. But I do think, can we find a way to resolve the matter short of needing money? Can she just use her phone? Can she hire a small camera crew to follow her around and do it? A very inexpensive camera crew. Because I know it or not, putting videos up on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and such like that is actually free. And just put them up as campaigns and then put them up as campaign videos and encourage people to like, share, and subscribe to. Like and share them. There you go. Share these with your friends. Stitch them. If you think I'm lying, then go ahead and make an adjustment. And as a matter of fact, that'd be great. Somebody you put up a campaign video touting that there's not 18,000 cases. I'm sorry, saying that there's 18,000 cases backlogged in Fulton County Jail, and you just magically got rid of them. And then immediately next on TikTok is me saying that's not true, and here's the facts to prove it. And then that could be it right there. Again, let's find a way to resolve the problem. I want to resolve the issue and find solutions, because at the end, Fani's not going to be able to do that. Now, granted, maybe she has some young people working for her, but baby girl is 30. Fani's 52. That's a lot of years. That's a lot of years. Yeah, she's already lost her cool. Like that's all it takes. Again, I didn't mean to turn this into like a pseudo political solution show today, but Fani Willis is a racist, in my opinion. She doesn't like women. She doesn't like being challenged by women of less melanin. That's just reality. Go back and watch the disqualification. Her demeanor changed when she was dealing with Grandpa and Boots and McDougal. With Ashley, she had a big problem with her. Ashley's young. Ashley is an attractive woman of the less melanin. She didn't like that. She doesn't like that. And in my opinion, she doesn't like white women. Use that to your strength. That's Courtney. Courtney has an advantage because she knows that Fani Willis doesn't like her, according to Jason's testimony. Go back and watch the tapes. Run the tapes back. Tell me, do you see a woman that respects another woman? No. I'd go as far as to say Fani Willis doesn't respect other women as well. She had a problem with black women as well. Ask Misha Maynor. Ask Joycelyn Wade. Ask Yurti. She got a problem with black women too, but I digress. All Courtney Kramer needs to do is just play to her strength. Her strength in this regard is the fact that she's a white woman that's young. Use it. Use it. Use your power because trust me, Fani Willis is going to use her sister girl power. She uses her black girl magic all the time. So then you use your power exact same way. That's it. I'm here. I'm trying to help y'all out. I'm trying to tell you, I'm here for bring the fight to where it's at. I'm bringing all the fight. So bring the fight to Fulton County Jail. Bring the fight to the SA backlog place. I don't know what you want to call it. Crime lab. Bring the fight to Atlanta gas stations. Bring the fight to where Fani Willis don't want to be. She doesn't. Do you really think Fani Willis would want to have a debate outside of a local gas station that just had a shootout 2 weeks ago? Do you really think she would do that? Then make her do it. I'm here. I'm here for you, Courtney Kramer. DearWokesy@gmail.com. I'm here with the ideas. Go to Morehouse. Go to Morehouse and talk with the brothers there. That'll piss them off. I mean, come on. I'm just saying, there's a ton of ways that don't require you to have any money to do it. None at all. None whatsoever. She could literally fake it. Now, granted, I do believe she has money and access to money, whatever like that. But don't let the lack of money, let's say you don't have a dime. You got a cell phone and you got 3 friends. That's all you need to fake this funk until you can do better. That's it. But I guarantee you would get under Fani Willis' skin if you just outwork her. That's it. Just outwork her. When you, whether you win or lose, when you close your eyes, the night of the election was at November 5th. The night of the election, will you close your eyes and say, I worked my butt off? Or are you going to say, man, I could have did better. I could have worked harder. I could have did more. I could have grind out more. Why? Why do that? Don't live in regret. Don't live in regret. What? I'm just saying. Clip this, send this to Courtney Kramer, and say, Jason, dearwokesy@gmail.com. Will help you be a political strategist. You can come to Podium Studio for a small nominal fee, and I'll gladly help you out. I will absolutely film it for you. Absolutely, unequivocally. I got a studio, for crying out loud. I will film it for you, and you can pay for it, and I'll release the receipts so everybody can see it. But come on. For crying out loud, we'll even go on location for you if you do it right. That's it. Again, again, I like a good scrap. I told y'all 2 days ago, I like a good fight. I want to see good fights. Again, I like mixed martial arts, and I hate to see when somebody's unprepared to get into that octagon. But I love it when they're both prepared. Oh, I love it. Even when the person that I was believing was going to win gets their head knocked clean off. You know what? They did not disappoint. That is a fight that I want to see. And I want to see a good scrap between Courtney and Fani. And that's it. I see future material for season 4 trailer of As the Peach Rots later in August. You know what? I forgot to play the season 3. I got to get with, we watch YouTube too, because I got to see, can we get a season 4? I got to do that. Moderators, everybody, I just want y'all to know, I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. Sybil is back, y'all. Y'all do me a favor. Everybody, Northwest, East, and South, red and yellow, black and white, can y'all just drop Sybil in the chat and just tell Sybil we so glad to see Sybil? Just go ahead and drop Sybil's name in the chat. And you might be wondering why. Why? Why are you doing that, Jason? Well, Sybil one day told Dear Woke Christian he was a liar. And she called me a liar, L-I-A-R. And I asked Sybil, why don't you just email me so we can clarify and get this matter resolved? Because I don't want to be accused of being a liar. And Sybil, to this day, has still not emailed Dear Woke Christian. She's not emailed your boy. She has not emailed her. So you know what that means? We're going to say Sybil, but I'm going to ask my moderators, feel free, whichever one you would like to. You can go ahead and put Sybil in unlimited timeout. So Sybil, unless you're going to email me, your comments here in this live chat are unwanted. So thank you so much, Sybil, for stopping by. DearWokC@gmail.com is the way that you can get out of unlimited timeout. But if you're going to call me a liar, you must be willing to explain to me what I've said, done, or expressed that was an outright intentional lie. So Sybil, have a wonderful time on timeout, the unlimited timeout, by the way. And I thank every last one of you that has shouted out my dear friend Sybil. Thank you so very much. Every last one of you, because I am the Black Pope, you will get an crypto indulgence that if anybody ever calls you racist, anybody ever calls you Uncle Tom or Coon or anything like that, you can use the crypto indulgence to get out of the guilt that they're trying to put on you. All right. Thank you so much. How about if you were to call and reach out to Courtney Kramer? I trust me, I've reached out to her. I really have. I'm not just saying this in hyperbole. Yes, you were. I really have reached out to her. I really did. Because I really do think, I think, for the most part, I think I do have a couple of good ideas. There might be one or two that are wackadoodle, but I really have reached out. So if that does happen, if it is a possibility, that'll be amazing. And I would love to talk to her, but I really have. But let me finish up. She's going to need an African-American campaign advisor to help her, especially in Fulton County, where it's dominatedly African-American. Your boy, I'm here. I got you. Holla at me. Whatever happened to Mr. Clark from her legal team? I don't know. That's a good question. Media push needs contact information. Fani is paying big bucks. Courtney currently over 75,000. Okay. I am I believe that you can scrap your way through something. I do believe in I hate using the David and Goliath, or the underdog. I do believe in the underdog motif, that if you can outwork somebody who's more talented than you. Okay. If Michael Jordan or Steph Curry is I believe still the king of 3-pointers. If Steph Curry is not on the field, on the court, if he's asleep at home, I'm going to beat Steph Curry in 3-pointers, right? So I do believe that you just got to outwork them. Now, if Steph Curry is suited up and in there shooting, It's going to be a long night. Let's just say it like that. And I'm probably going to end up losing. But it won't be losing because I didn't even try. It's not going to be losing because I didn't even practice shooting. I didn't even warm up. I didn't even suit up. That's not going to be the case. It's going to be because he's much better than me, but it's not because I didn't do my best with the abilities that I had. And that's all I'm saying. So in that regard, I believe that if even if Fani has more money, I can still outwork you. Can I outthink you? Because you can have a whole bunch of money and be a big dummy, and you can be broke as a doorknob and have great ideas. You just need the money to make it work. But maybe you don't need $50 million. Maybe you just need $50 to make it start happening. That's all I'm saying. There you go. Fani doesn't like anyone that calls her out on her actions. So then Courtney Kramer should become the public enemy #1 to Fani. You're going to hate everything that comes out of my mouth. You're going to hate everything about me because I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop calling you out about your garbage. I'm not going to stop. And she's just going to keep doing it and not stopping. I believe Fani Willis is beatable. I know Lead came in yesterday. He said that Fani was unstoppable. And to a degree, I understand what he's saying, but I don't think so. I don't think anybody is unbeatable if you actually apply yourself to it. I mean, sure, you're going to have to work hard. The level of sweat equity that I would need to apply to possibly beat Steph Curry in a three-point shootout, that amount of energy, he's not going to have to expend that because he's already expended that energy. He's already got the talent and honed in the skill. I'm going to have to do a lot of work to do it. But is it possible? Sure, there's a possibility, Jason. But this is my point. Will I have put in the effort and shown the people that I want this position? I want to beat them. I tried my best. And that's all that matters. All right. Yeah, she's literally old enough to be Courtney's mom. To me, I think that's a moot point. And I think Fani would do well because notice who started character assassinations. That was actually Fani. Now, I'll look back and see if we can find Courtney saying that, Fani's an old hag or something like that. But I doubt it. But who started character assassinations? Fani did. I think that's interesting. Y'all, I got a really funny video to show y'all. Jason, I'm not going to a gas station that had a shootout 2 weeks ago. I got your point. But let me ask a question. What if she did, though? What if she did? What if she went to a gas station, had a shootout 2 weeks ago, and interviewed the owner, maybe interviewed some of the employees, and just talked about what it was like to be in that situation and get remember Misha Maynard during her press conference? And she had those impact statements from those people, like the guy that lost his job because he got in an attack. The dad, oh my goodness, the dad that his son has been in jail, in Fulton County Jail for 5 years. Those kind of things, those impact statements, imagine she did that. I'm just saying. There's nothing off the table if you want to win this job, Courtney. That's all I'm saying. Because this is something else to think about. We know Fani wouldn't do it. So if Fani would not do it, that means there's almost a guarantee that you should do it. If Fani would not open up her receipts and declare an audit, then that's exactly why you need to do it. If Fani would not go to the teen gang prevention center that she refused to build and meet there, that's why you should do it. You got to do exactly what Fani would not do. And again, maybe it will all be for naught. Maybe it'll all be for naught, and she'll still lose by 99-1. At least you'll know that you tried. You'll know that you did your very best. Because I don't believe Christian Y. Smith did his very best. All right, let me see. Fani has Stacey Abrams and her organization. Stacey Abrams has collected giant L's. Stacey Abrams is not a winner. She's not a winner. What has Stacey Abrams done to be seen as a threat? Not a thing, but lose. She just loses. So if I get all in my feelings like, oh, Stacey's over there. What for? She lost. She's a loser. And therefore, how are you going to give advice in a role and you've only been collecting L's. I'm waiting. There we go. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, Mickey, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. These are the thoughts. Report back all the misused funds. Can you imagine an entire ad inside the local newspaper listing all of the monies that have been misused by DA Fani Willis's office? Sure, it'll cost a lot of money. Absolutely. But can you imagine it though? That would be a stinger. Come on. I'm just saying. You got to do something different. Then again, whatever Fani Willis would do is what you don't need to do. So Fani Willis would go do a gala. Fani Willis would go blaspheme at a church. Fani Willis would be sneaking around with a sneaky link. Those are all things that you don't do. What you do, however, is be honest and transparent. You go meet with an accounting firm and say that once I get hired, you will be the first contract that I sign to do a complete and total audit of this department. And you report back to the Fulton County Commission that seems to keep giving Fani Willis money without any accountability. Catch me outside, dearwokec@gmail.com. And I really had a funny video for us to watch, y'all. And y'all keep wanting to talk about this. But, all right, this is going to be a 13-hour live stream. I don't care. Lady Dear Woke Christians at an event tonight. If the best live chat in all of YouTube has such great ideas for Courtney Kramer, she's obviously overpaying her campaign advisors. Texan, you are savage today. Do you need a hug? Hey, come on, Texan. Come on, Dear Woke Christian guy. Look, Mr. Whitaker gonna give you a hug. You need a hug because you are violent today. Man, that hurt me, bruh. You say, oh, she paying too much money. She just need to be in the live chat. You know what? Courtney Kramer going to have to become a member to be a part of the live chat. There you go. Yo, that is so good. Oh my gosh. Big Nate was part of her 2020 campaign. He didn't do it for free. That continued into 2021 until November 2021. He didn't do it for free. Dan is not having Fani Willis's book. Y'all, we might have to make a prayer circle around Dan because Dan is not having his book. Dan said he is not having the shenanigans that is in this book. Man, give it to him, man. Will they debate? I think. Sally Brill, thank you so much. I don't know if they'll debate. I'm praying that Fani Willis will beg Courtney Kramer to debate. And the reason I say that is because Jason, Dear Woke Christian, the political strategist that knows nothing, is putting out there that if Courtney Kramer becomes a burr in Fani Willis's saddle, and she now sees her as because she despises, in my opinion, she despises women that are white. She doesn't like white women. And Courtney Kramer has that going for her. She's blonde, blue-eyed, white woman, and she's young. So she's got all of the bona fides that, in my opinion, Fani Willis despises. So utilize them and bury her with just being antagonized by the fact that you're a young woman and Fani is not. I just came up with another one that would make Fani go ballistic. I'm pretty certain, looking at Courtney Kramer, she probably is a runner. Just going on a limb, looking at her, she looks like she runs. If Courtney Kramer ran the Peachtree Road Race, which is coming up in July here in Atlanta, it's a very famous road race, and did an interview maybe every couple miles there at the Peachtree Road Race, it would be bananas because it would be free advertisement. You'd have all these people zeroing in on you because they're going to be like, Courtney Kramer, challenger to Fulton County DA, is running the race. The whole night. It would, free pub. I'm sorry. I'm here for the crazy ideas. I'm just saying. Because guess what? Fani Willis wouldn't do that. Fani Willis won't do that. She won't run the Peachtree Road Race. So if Courtney Kramer's a runner, if she isn't, then I apologize. But if she is, then she should run the road race. Or maybe she's a biker. Then do a century. Do a 100-mile ride around Fulton County. Do a bike ride around Fulton County to help people not only know who you are, but to point out and identify areas that you want to be safer for children once you become DA. What can you lose? Do you want the job? Do you want the job is the question that I have, Courtney. Do you want the job? Then go do the race. Go ride the bike. Do everything that Fani Willis will not do. Go back and watch everything that she's done and don't do that. Rachel Maddow, don't do it. Gala for the International Women's whatever, don't do it. Go to Big Bethel, don't do it. Don't do anything that she's done. Do everything that she won't do. She won't go to the bank. She won't go to the youth detention center. She won't go to Fulton County Jail. Show her up. Come on now. DearWokesy@gmail.com. I forgot the name of my new company that we just built. What is it? Dear Transplanted Chameleon Campaign Consultants. There, that's the name of our company. I'm just saying, and the bad thing is that she can do that. And of course, there's more money in Fani Willis's pockets. I got you. Not a problem. But they're broke people that got really great ideas. They just need some motivation. A lot of the time it's motivation. It's sweat equity. It's sweat equity. Well more than I need $50,000. It's well more than I need, all of this stuff to be successful. A lot of the time it's I need to get my butt out there and grind. I need to go out there and wave a flag or shake some hands and kiss some babies. I need to shake some babies, kiss some hands. I need to do something that's free to get me here. Y'all know what? I just thought of something else insane. I don't know what's going on with me. Maybe it's this coffee. Please, clip this. I'm about to say something. Do me a favor. Clip this and send this to everybody that supports Courtney Kramer. Are y'all ready? I just thought about it. And it's 100% free. It's 100% free. Y'all gonna be mad in your souls. Hold on, let me catch up with y'all. I'm not trying to, oh my goodness. There's so many good comments in here. Y'all, I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna start taking the live chat and I'm gonna start selling the live chat. I'm gonna download the live chat and sell it so I can pay for my kids' college. Because y'all got some good comments. These comments are insane. Y'all, take your hand like this. Take your hand, put it behind you, and pat yourselves on the back. This is some dope conversations right here. Look at this. Stacey Abrams collected over $54 million and collected one big, gigantic L. So money can't be the thing. Like Prince said, money don't matter tonight. Y'all got me quoting Prince now. All right, here it is. Get ready to clip this. I'm telling y'all right now. Courtney Kramer wants to beat Fani Willis, right? All she needs to do... I'm telling you, hold on. Okay, I'm going to jump all the way to the bottom. All right, are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready? She needs to do exactly what I'm doing right now. She should do a live stream and just talk to the people just like I'm doing right now. It's totally free. She can start from zero. It's not to build subscribers. It's not to get super chats. It is to connect with the people. And she could literally do this for free. She could do 3 hours every day. Come on here and just talk for 3 hours every day. Coffee with Courtney. Cappuccinos with Kramer. Crumpets with Kramer. I don't care. And she could literally just do live stream and get on here and just talk and answer questions. People got questions. She shows you the answers. She tells you, this is why I'm going to do this. This is what I believe about that. So on and so forth. There you go. Y'all, please clip that and send that to her. I don't know. This coffee is killer. Y'all, this coffee is the business. Matter of fact, okay, this show is not sponsored in part by, but hold on one second. I think I got to find out what this coffee is because this stuff has been killing the game. All right, so cappuccino with Courtney. That's what I'm saying. Just kill it. Because let me ask you a question. Would Fani Willis do that? Then that's why you got to do it. That's it. That's it. If Fani Willis would not do it, Fani Willis would not turn on her camera and sit there and take questions. And look, If you want to be uber petty, I'll drop the link and you can come on and we can talk face to face. I am here for the shenanigans. Hit up local podcasts. No. You by doing this, she controls the narrative. She can control it all herself. And then she can just put it out there, and then people want to have her come on. They want to interview her. They know that she's got a good personality. She's got a good camera, all this stuff. And that will happen, Dylan. That will happen. But just control it right now. All you got to do is just turn the camera on. I'm just saying, I'm here. Courtney, your boy, I'm here. Cobb County, I'm here to help you out. I called my daughter to come here and tell me what that coffee was, but clearly they're not, I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, I don't know, this coffee's been, okay, can you bring me that box of the Keurig coffee? No, you want no, take that with you. Okay, bring me that box, I can see what it is. This is yours now. Leave that open, I want to see what this coffee is. This coffee is killer. It's not like something crazy either. She could go on with lead imagine if Courtney Kramer went on with lead or Phil every day. Imagine that. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is what it is? Okay. All right, so this is that coffee I've been raving about. It is a Veranda blend by Starbucks. This is it. This stuff is amazing. I don't know what they put in here, man. This stuff has got me going in circles. It's not even that dark. It's a blonde roast. Wow. Oh man. Do we have more of that? Is there's only 2 left?
No, we have another container, I think.
Oh, we got another container?
Yeah.
Woo. Because girl, I was kind of worried. I was tell you to start walking up into the grocery store and get us. All right, this is Chief Executive Second Born. She is now
Graduated today.
She graduated today. She is officially a 9th grader now. And she's my favorite 9th grader named Taylor. Actually, my favorite 9th grader. Yeah, I don't like any other 9th graders. They stink.
You don't like Roland or Livy?
Nah, I don't like them like that. Nah. I like you, though. You're my favorite.
Put cocaine in the coffee. Maybe.
Whoa. Where'd you see that? Hey, Major Victory. Come on, we got kids. There's a kids show here today. And I put it on the screen.
What kids?
Ma'am, you're a child.
Hi.
Hi. Here, I'm going to put the camera on you.
Thank you, homies. Thank you, my dad's fan base. Hello.
Get out of here, you crazy child.
There's some more comments.
Oh, congratulations.
No, like there are more below it.
Oh, there's more? Oh, my gosh.
People love me.
People love you, Taylor. Yes, people love you. Even, look at that. There you go. People love you, Taylor.
Scroll down all the way.
Okay, yes, Taylor. I'm going to scroll out. Yes, Taylor.
You're trying to watch your chat.
Here we go. Here we go. Here you go.
This is why you need to have me in the studio with you, bro.
What? Okay.
I love you so much.
Coffee's a drink of champions. I'm trying to tell you, I got the champion mindset tonight. I'm telling you. Get out of here, you silly booze. I think it's in the refrigerator, right? Didn't you have one in the? Okay. Bye, babes. That's my buddy. That's my favorite second born. All right. So the Taylor cam. Let me turn the Taylor cam back on. All right. There we go. All right. Somebody said they didn't like when I had both the cameras on sideways. So I had one on me and then one on the side of me. They said they didn't like that. They said it was bothersome. So I said I stopped doing it. I was just messing around. That's my favorite girl. That's my baby. All right. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to close out. No more political conversations. I want to talk about a crazy topic that I don't think we've ever talked about on this channel. Even when I talked more about, I've never talked about this before. Yeah, this one this is craziness. So this one right here is just outright. We're just going to all be like, what in the world are we watching? So I believe that feminism in its long game will drive you crazy. I believe it will make you start denying reality. You start denying basics like math, and reality literally crumbles on itself. over time. And I know that's like crazy, right? I'm going to bring a video in and we're just going to watch it. I'm going to jump into the chat. I'm going to be quiet and we're just going to, I promise you, you are going to lose your minds because you're going to be like, what in the world are we watching, Jason? This is crazy banana cuckoo, banana town. But I just want you to see, this is what I call stage 4 terminal feminism and what it does to the male brain. And this video was crazy. I had some people watch it earlier today and they didn't get very far in it. That's how bad it is. Like, I promise you. So please go ahead and get your fingers loosened up. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much to the moderators. Thank you so much to everybody that's involved in this and helping this be the best live chat on the whole internet. I hear a lot of people say, oh wait, somebody did say it. There's somebody right there. Mary says, I don't like the side cam either. Okay, it wasn't you, was it? Did you? I don't think you emailed me. It was actually somebody that called me and told me they didn't like it. So, okay. I mean, every now and then, I just like to put the little cam every now and then. I won't do it as much, though. Is that okay? Like just every now and then like that? Is that all right? Because I like it, man. I like having the camera right there. And then it's there when the girls come in. There we go. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. This video right here is a whole fool. So, really, Mary? Not even a little bit? Mary, come on. Help. Come on, Mary. Come on. All right, I got to give the people what they need. There's really no purpose. Oh, come on now. We don't ask questions like, what's the purpose of something? Mary, now you know better than that. Don't ask me what's the purpose of something. Because there is no purpose. I'm just doing stuff. It's my ADHD. You can see my ear. They're clean. I mean, I believe they're pretty clean. I mean, for the most part. All right. Y'all, this thing right here is insane. Okay, here we go. Let me pull it in. Okay. This is a podcast, and the gentleman on the left in the black shirt is the host. The gentleman on the right is the guest. And the gentleman on the right, boy, he has some philosophies and some ideologies that, boy, I promise you, you are not ready for this. In the words of, this is the veranda coffee, Mickey, is the veranda, not the Verona. In the words of DJ Quick, are y'all ready for this? No, you are not ready for this. I really want y'all, I'm going to play for a second. If y'all don't mind, just drop me one in the chat. Make sure everybody can hear. I really want y'all to make sure you can hear this because this is what stage 4 feminism actually does to your brain.
All right, man. So you said that basically when we peel back all the layers.
All right, real quick. Can y'all all hear that? If you could, just drop me a 1 in the chat real quick. Perfect. Okay. Side cams, DWC's side. All right, listen to this, y'all. I'm jumping in the chat with y'all. Here we go. Let's go.
The black woman is God. Before, I'm just repeating back what you said to let you know that I understood exactly what you said. You said, as you know, before we've adopted the thinking and ideologies of God, how we know it now, before that, or even if we take it away, we would see that the black woman is actually truly God. That's what you said, right? Okay.
Correct.
Now, where does the father, my question for you is, where does the man come in? Where does the father or the man come into this picture? The black man or any man?
All right. Now, in regards to the father is a social construct that has nothing to do with nature. So somebody made up this whole father aspect. Man is something totally different. You grow into the man, but we go through stages in life to get to a man. So in regards to me, I had to go from an embryo, you know what I'm saying, to an infant, to a toddler, teenager, young adult, and then I graduated into a man. So when we're talking about those two terms, you know, you got to go to get to a man. And then when you're talking about a father, there's nowhere that there's a father in nature. So a father would be unnatural. That's just something to compete with the woman.
Okay, so you're saying that the father is unnatural, but the woman is natural.
Correct.
Do I have that correct? And you're
Correct,
saying
correct.
the reason why, you really didn't give a reason why the father would be unnatural. So what's your reasoning that the father is unnatural? Explain, give me some logic, however you could,
Right.
you know,
the logic
put it
was
together.
the logic was nature. I said that there was not a father found in nature. There's nowhere in nature that you can find a father. You have a
Okay,
male.
well,
So at the end of the day, there's no father. Father is a social construct. That's something to put itself into existence to be opposite of the mother. But there's no such thing really as a father.
can you explain how the father is a social construct?
It's a social construct due to the fact is you're talking about a label that's being placed on a man being a father. Can you be a father at 12 years old?
I mean, I think I had when I was 12 years old, man. So
okay, so you have not.
You could be a father when you're 12 years old. You could have definitely planted your seed in something. Yes. Let's just go with, do you think there's any differences between men and women?
It's kind of like you're trying to be condescending to the point where you have no comprehension. You don't have no comprehension in what I'm saying to you in a response to the point where you can't fathom it. What do you mean?
No.
I don't understand what you. Then you go to the next question after you sit there and tell me that you didn't understand shit. Like come on,
not
bro. Like,
understand.
we gonna turn this into. Is this some type of entertainment or something? I'm just asking you. I thought it was about the black woman as God. I don't know you. I didn't research you. I just
totally
came over here
fine.
because. Okay. So what are we doing?
We'll speak in detail. What we're doing is having a discussion man to man, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just said that the man is a social construct.
I said the father is. You're saying that the man is. Right.
Okay,
there
let's
two
just
things. You asked me about the man and the father.
You said, well, that, because the father is, not from nature. And I want you to explain, how isn't the father not from nature? That's what I want you to do. I want you to explain how it's a social construct and it's not from nature. Because here's what I'll tell you. Nothing grows unless a seed is planted. Nothing grows on this planet unless a seed is planted. And every man holds the seed in them. Every man holds the seed of life form. Life form in us. In your sack, if you have enough to stop.
Or before we get too far, I hope that you all have been able to keep up with this insanity that this young man is giving, because in a moment, he's about to explain how humans are formed. And it is, I really don't know what, I know you're like, yo, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. And when I say it gets worse, I am not being hyperbole. I'm not being hyperbole at all. This actually is going to get worse. Wait till you see this.
But I know in my sack, I got at least 80 million of them little niggas moving around in there. You know what I'm saying? Most men do with a good amount of testosterone. So therefore we have seed, and the life form starts there. You won't have a plant if you don't plant a seed first. So you saying that a father is a social construct is a lie, is what I'm saying. Dispute the point that the father doesn't hold the seed. So we plant the seed in a woman, and then life grows from that. Women bring about life. The life form is actually in a man. So explain to me again how the father is a social construct when the father holds the seed and a woman holds nothing but eggs. She's waiting for a seed.
Okay.
You don't make sense, man. Let me hear you.
You haven't given me a chance to make sense. You're wrong. And you're wrong in the way to sit there and say that the sperm is a seed. How could you have seeds running up and through your body? That makes no sense. A seed is not a fucking tadpole with a tail. That's not a seed. So in regards to it, you're wrong. Now, if you're talking about an apple seed or orange seed, listen, an avocado seed or whatever the case may be, now we can get into the comparison on how the woman gives the man the whole body, the construct, the brain, the lungs, the face, the skin. She's creating a child within a womb. So she gives him the penis too. Did you forget that she gave him the sperm? So
can you explain in a scientific way, from a biological way, how doesn't a man hold the seed in the life form? You're just speaking, but I need you to peel back the layer to things and give facts. This podcast is called No Fugazi. So if I'm speaking, I'm always going to speak with facts. So here's a fact for you. The woman doesn't determine the sex of the baby. She has an X chromosome. The man holds the X and the Y chromosome, right? So here's science, right? So when a man has sex with a woman, he dictates the sex of the baby. So you just said, where do you get a penis from? Where do you get this from? Where do you get that from? You get that from the man, since the man determines the sex of the baby. Do you get it? Women only hold the X chromosome. Men hold the X and a Y. That's scientifically facts that proves that what you just said is nonsense, and men do dictate the sex of the baby. So if he's dictating the sex of the baby, let's peel the layer back even further. That means that the man actually dictates how many men are going to be in this world, how many women are going to be in this world. The list goes on and on. Your father dictated that you would have a beard. Your father dictated that you would have a beard and be a man, from what I could see. You get what I'm saying? Your mother didn't determine that, so you should be thanking your father, because your father truly created you. Anything for that, man? Scientifically, can you dispute what I said?
You sound uneducated. Like, to the point where this is so level of surface, to the point.
God dang, man.
How could you sit here? I'm just asking you, like, how could you sit here and tell me that my father gave me what all males are females before they turn into a male based off the decision of the mother? Every male can look at their actual scrotum sac and see a line from the bottom of their scrotum sac to the tip of their penis. All male. That means you were sold up. Your testicles are nothing but your ovaries. Your penis is nothing but an elongated clitoris. At the end of the day, you're nothing but an inside-out female. I'm sorry that this man has never been told that, and he doesn't understand that he was made in the likeness and the image of his mother. I'm sorry that before anybody ever taught him anything, his mother was there. Your mother is literally the only thing that you know in life. You don't even know if that's your father, but your mother knows if it's your father or not. You know everything about your mother because that's where you came from. That's your first home. That's your first origin. The black woman has always been considered God, even before the patriarch took over and started to actually make a male God. But it was never a male that was being God. It was always the woman. In Islam, it was the woman. In the Catholic Church, it was the woman. In ancient Egypt, it was the woman. In Samaria, Mesopotamia, Babylon, it was the woman. Phoenicia, it was the woman. Chaldea was the woman. But if he doesn't know that, that means he's not reading. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to respond to the man. Even to the point where if a woman is making up your whole total makeup and she's using her menstrual blood to do it within her womb, that's why you women don't bleed for 9 months. You literally coagulate a child in your womb. What does the man have to do with it? Is the man shooting blood in you, woman? Or is he literally giving you his DNA via his sperm? So when you're actually making this baby in your womb, you're using your blood. That's why you don't bleed for 9 months. When that baby comes out, that is a product of its mother. So the baby literally develops through life. As the baby develops through life, we get to puberty. That's when our body chemically starts to actually make the sperm in our body. But it came from our mother. Everything comes from your mother. You get it from your mother. Your mother is your God. Your father is not your God. The sperm in his body comes from his mother. Where do you think we got our body from? You didn't make this. You don't have nothing to do with your face. You don't have nothing to do with your head and none of that. Your mama gave that to you. She birthed you. How could you sit there and say that she's not your God? Your mother was God before you was taught about God. Somebody had to tell you about God in order for you to believe them. Now in your mind, that's God. But what if your mother knew she was God? She would teach you about God.
I'm sorry. I gotta stop. I know we gotta take like a station break because that thing right there is so insane. Can we all agree that this host has the patience of Job? I don't even know who he is. Somebody sent me the link and I watched it and I almost died. And then I shared it on my Discord and I think it might have caused emotional trauma. Can we all agree that the host though is, he is patient like nobody's business. Good gracious. Now toward the end, he's gonna let his hair down. Not like that. Not like that teacher that had them kids doing his hair. He gonna let it out on him. But my goodness, what is this guy talking about? Talk about somebody that fell asleep in basic science class in high school. This dude must have been whole sleep. All right, let's finish this up. Let's go.
How can a man be a God when he cannot produce life? A man cannot sustain life. He does not have breast milk.
Got you. You done or are you still going?
No, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm respectful. So if you want to go and respond, you can go.
Okay. So, I mean, everything you said was just nonsense. It didn't make any sense. It didn't correlate to anything.
Which part?
And
Which
1
part?
plus
Which
1
part?
didn't add up.
Oh,
You
no.
didn't have any rebuttal to it. You just started speaking nonsense. But let me ask you a question.
I have to force myself to speak because you won't allow me to.
Does 1
You're
plus
asking
1
me
equal
another
2?
question.
Does 1 plus 1 equal 2?
No, one and one come together, they merge. That's one, right? Think about it, right?
God dang.
When
so
one and
Chad
one come together,
proves
they
my
merge,
point.
right?
The nigga don't
Right.
know what 1 plus
and
1 equals.
merge, right?
He said that 1
and
and 1
one
merges.
put it together, they merge. One, right?
Oh,
if I come
God
together with
dang.
a woman, don't I go into that woman? Don't me and
All
that
right.
woman go into each other? Now we one. I got my dick. I am one. At the end of the day, what you
So
mean?
you got to
1 plus
watch
1
on your
equals
left
2?
hand. You got to watch on your left hand. If you put another watch on your left hand, will you have 1 watches or 2 watch?
They're on the same hand. It's just one watch if they put together. If you leave, they merge together. You see what I'm talking about? You want me to have
If you
2.
put the watch on a different hand, would you have 2 watches on you?
I don't know. If you take a man wig off, then would you be bald headed? I don't know, bro. We all got questions that they ask. How many shit? I mean, what you want to do? I don't know, bro. Is we on this build? Are we on this build or what? What we gonna do, bro?
This is what we're going to do, because I'm actually curious. Because the last people I had on here, I had 4 other people that had your same points of view, right? And now, let's change up the dialogue a little bit, because I'm curious of knowing. I believe that you let me know if you don't believe that 1 plus 1 equals 2, but let me know if this makes sense to you, and see if we can come to agreement on something. That's what I want to get here, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. Influence creates thinking. Thinking creates behavior. Would you say that that's true?
Makes sense.
Okay, cool. I want to know this because I spoke with, you're the 5th person I had on the podcast now that believe that the black woman is God, right? So since we know that, and you just confirmed that influence creates thinking and thinking creates behavior, you have this, your mind frame of how you think. I want to know what influenced you to think this way.
It's knowing versus belief. Everybody believes in God. I know God. You see what I'm saying? Knowing is being able to have logic, evidence, and reason. You know it, just like your past experiences. I know my mother. So before I learned how to talk, before I learned how to walk, before I had taught about my ABCs, before I was taught about anything, my mother was there. Somebody had to teach me, influence me, get me to think about a God that they wanted me to think about. But prior to that, my mother was my creator. So when you look at it, my mother was a black woman, and all black women are the manifestation of Mother Nature. I don't give a fuck about a book and what you read, bro. Go to nature and look at it. That is the supreme map of things.
Clarence,
everything in nature is telling you.
Clarence, I seen that you.
You don't have to stop me, bro. You don't have to stop me.
No. Someone came in the chat. Clarence, I see you coming in here giving 2 seconds. I'll add you in after I have this discussion with him.
I get 30 seconds to speak, like every single time.
It's a podcast, and I had someone trying to join the live stream.
You're intimidated, bro.
No, I had someone trying to join the live stream.
You don't want to know. You do this for content.
Intimidated?
At the end of you're intimidated. It's got to be.
Come on,
if I can sit there and listen to you and you can't listen to me.
I mean, listen,
you told us about a pregnant male rat. You told us the science brought about a pregnant male
in
rat.
person. You could come here in person. No one's intimidated, bro. No one's.
You gotta be.
No one feels like that.
Then
you could have this discussion in person. The same way I'm conveying myself with you over here, it'll be in person. And actually, it'll be more intense.
Listen, y'all.
We said that influence creates thinking. Thinking creates behavior. You think that the black woman is God. I want to know what influenced you.
Looking for God.
Okay. Explain, elaborate. What did you find that made you really think that the black woman is God?
My mother was in my face the whole time. She was in my face the whole time. And I didn't realize that was God. So they told me that my mother, everything was outside of me. They told me that everything else was my mother. Everything else is God but your mother. And then you look at why they oppress every woman in religion. Christianity, their God says it's okay to rape a woman. a woman. Islam, they say it's okay to be a woman. Allah is literally a lot. So they literally define everything in women. It's all about women oppression and for women not to realize that they are the true creators. That's why the patriarch took over. The patriarch literally took over the matriarch. The matriarch had always been in rulership. That's why they studied the goddess Hathor. They literally was with the queen of heaven in Jeremiah 44. They spoke about the goddess everywhere. Tuarat was the
I
first
have another
deity
question for
that
you
was
too.
ever worshipped. See, like I said, I get 30 seconds.
Oh no,
So
you
don't
explained
really
it.
wanna
Now I
do
have
this.
another question
Yeah,
for you.
so I'm saying I wasn't done.
Oh,
That's what I'm
you have
saying. Let
more?
me know
Go.
how long I get. I mean, you just stopped me. You're gonna keep doing it, so go ahead.
I mean,
It's
you
okay.
explained
It's
all the way
okay.
down to
Go
how it
ahead,
went.
bro. Go ahead.
Got
Go
it.
ahead, bro. Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
and also, I'll just give you the rules of the podcast. So get used to it. So guess what? This is called order, right? Men create order. This is my platform, so there's a hierarchy to things. It's my rules, so if I set the rules and you follow the rules, right? When you have your own podcast and you invite me on, you set the rules and I follow those rules. Life is in hierarchy. So I have a question for you.
So
You
then you
just
don't
said
want
that
you
the
don't want to hear it.
matriarchy. I have a question for you. Listen, you
Of course,
just
you
said
just
that
had
the
a question for me.
you just said that the matriarchy was taken over by the patriarchy. How can
Correct.
if the matriarchy is natural, right? It's a natural way of life. It's nature, right? You said the father doesn't come from nature, but the woman does come from nature. If that's the case, if the woman was first, you say that the woman is first. My question is, if the woman came first and you think the black woman is God, why is it that she's always being taken over by a man? Wouldn't
Who
you
said?
think? You just said that the patriarchy
Okay. No,
always
no, no,
takes
no.
over the
I'll let you
matriarchy.
finish. I'll let you finish so I can speak. Go ahead.
That's my question. You just said that the patriarchy always takes
I know
over
what
the
I said.
matriarchy. How can you say and even think logically that the woman came first if she's not strong enough to defend for herself? Answer it now.
Well, I'll calm down a little bit. Now, let me answer. In regards to the patriarchy taking over the matriarchy, it had nothing to do with strength. You got to understand that's brute strength. So what it was the
God
son
dang.
turned against his mother. The son literally turned against his mother. So instead of being a protector, the son became the predator. And then Christianity and all of these other religions were created to teach men that they were higher than women. How do you think the oppression started, woman? They needed religious context to literally turn your man against you. You can look throughout all the religions
Did you
and you
ever
can
think
see
that the
where you were
woman,
governing.
that the
Can you
man is
shut
just
the
stronger
fuck
than
up,
a woman?
nigga?
Do you
God
ever
damn,
just think
bro.
that the man
This
is
nigga
just
on some
stronger
hoe
than a
shit.
woman
This
and
nigga
more
on some hoe
superior than a
shit.
Sorry about that. I forgot that he was using profanity at the end. I forgot to cut that out.
woman?
You's a bitch, nigga. On my
Did you ever
mama,
think
you a
that?
bitch. Fuck
Say that
wrong
to
with
my
you, bro?
face, man. You
I
welcome
said
here. I
you's a
have you
bitch,
on.
nigga.
I
I
have
don't
you
give a
on.
fuck where you at, nigga. I don't give a fuck.
All right, I apologize about that. It got spicy toward the end, and I'm not gonna ruin it because I don't want to. My show already can get kind of out of pocket, so I didn't want to do that. I thought it was an interesting conversation because it shows you just. I wanted to not only talk about Fani, didn't want to always talk about Fani in local Atlanta politics and stuff like that, but I just wanted to show you like this is what happens when one embraces an ideology like feminism, and it is allowed to carry on to the full logical conclusion that literally this man is worshiping. He literally said his mom is his God. That's crazy. That's insane. And the logic, I mean, clearly he fell asleep in basic high school science class, biology class. But even more than that, his application, his practice of this ideology is totally out of control. And I just thought it would be interesting to hear what you all were saying because the conversation in here has been absolutely insane. So let me pull it in. I totally forgot about the guy got really offended at the end and it just kind of went out of control. It's ridiculous to be profane. That made my brain hurt, E. Todd said. Oh gosh, I'm glad I missed the brain dead self. All right. Let me see. What's going on? Prince in the building? Prince says, mama's boy. Absolutely. That poor dude must not have had a dad in his life. I think it's very possible that I feel 99% certain he was raised by a single mom. Absolutely. His mentality lands you in only one place. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, just how proud he was that he was saying something profound, albeit it was crazy, or as Fugazi said, nonsense. Like I said, Jesse Lee Peterson would flip his lid. Women and Satan to him. Women are Satan to him. Yeah, Jesse Lee Peterson, he needs a lot of work to do, for sure. The devil is the great deceiver. Absolutely. Yeah, that patriarchy thing was crazy. Like, what are you talking about, my guy? Why has LGBTQ plus taken black people days and made them gay days? That's a great question. I think that's a great question, Mr. Trimble. Bad boy Trimble. Good to see you. Thank you, sir. No apologies necessary. Yeah, I didn't want to get to the end. The end, they got some good back and forth, but I forgot about the language. Mr. Wife Beater was on his time. The guy was wild, man. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, my guy? I mean, he was just straight making up stuff. Yeah, it was wild. He said, you're an inside out woman. Like, dude, where are you getting that from? Like, there's nothing that supports that idea. You just literally made that up. All right, let me see what I got here. They've been gaying up black people through rap culture since the 90s. I can rock with that. I can see that. I know what you're talking about. February is Black History Month, has Pride Day. Juneteenth has Pride Parade. You're right. You're 100% correct. He's from another planet. Yes, he is. Jesse Lee Peterson says you got to forgive your mama. She's no God. Yes, I can rock with that then. When the Bible is your guide, problems like his are mostly avoided. Father and mother in the home. Psst. Y'all, Texan been killing it, man. Come on, Texan. Come on. That's absolutely it. He is so lost. But can you imagine, like, just how it must be to live around him or to go to Thanksgiving dinner with him or anything of that nature? Because he's got to be a pill. He's got to be a pill. And it's got to be crazy to be like, oh, man, here he comes to dinner. Oh, man, here he comes to Sunday dinner or whatever like that. He's got to be a mess. He has got to be a mess to be around. Okay, what did I miss? He was ignorant on everything he said, but had the audacity to call himself King Knowledge. Oh, yeah. He's lost as Mary's little lamb. I like that. Gigi says that the host is so patient. He was very patient. Now, granted, toward the end, they do get a little bit back and forth, but I agree with you 100%. Scripture once again solves this world's problems. Man, woman, child. There you go. There you go. And just think about it. Just think about how many problems we see, in the news and in what's going on in culture that would be solved if we just said one man, one woman forever together, then they have children. I mean, not saying it's a guarantee to fix every problem because we're sinners, but boy, imagine how much of that would be resolved if we didn't. Like, would we even know the P. Diddy story? Nope, because there wouldn't be a story. That'd be it. Little Richie. I feel like I missed something. You couldn't even call the guy ignorant. He was way too far. He was way too far fine into Stupidville. Absolutely. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? And you can tell he got angry every time the host corrected him or even like interjected, which would be normal interjection. It wasn't like you're not going to get to finish talking. He just said, I have a question to ask you, which I think is perfectly fine. So yeah, it was crazy. All right, what we got here? The Bible facts, Mary, the Bible facts. Absolutely. I just thought that was a fun way to change up a little bit, do something different than what we usually do. Talk about Fani, talk about what's going on, Tiffany Henyard and all that kind of stuff. I actually think I did have a Tiffany Henyard update. I forgot about that. I do have an update. Totally missed it. Missed it. It's right here. I did not follow my script properly. All right, we're going to save that for tomorrow or later. How about that? We'll save it for another. We'll say that one. But it was just going over what's going on in Dalton, Illinois, and Thornton Township. Just an update on that, but nothing really profound, so I can save it till tomorrow. All right, let's go. All right, he must have a negative amount of testosterone. Negative amount. He definitely has positive estrogen for sure. If you believe no person should be deprived of life and limb without due process, then fetus must have due process before abortion. Yikes, bad boy coming in with the logic right there. Ooh, that's gonna hurt somebody's feelings. But the bad thing is if you brought that to somebody, I guarantee you, take that same logic to your local college, university in your area where the kids are protesting what's going on in the Middle East. I guarantee you, they will tell you about how terrible the atrocities, whatever. And if you bring this logic to them, they will come up with a way to wiggle out of agreeing and affirming this statement. I've watched too many people do it. They will absolutely, unequivocally try their best to wiggle out of it. What in the world? Okay. Yeah, at the end, he couldn't answer his question, so he told him to calm down, and he switched to fighting. Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, there's a grand jury, and I was hoping that the grand jury would be back or we'd have some more information, so then I can just make a full segment. But at the current moment, no. So I don't have the grand jury information yet. So I'm going to save this because it was just a timeline of like, how did Tiffany Henyard get here? Because, you might be new to hearing about Dalton and Tiffany Henyard. You might be new to it. So I figured it'd be a good time to go over it. But I don't have the update. So I'm going to just wait for a minute. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I don't have anything going on tomorrow. No, we had a great recording today, both times this morning. Yeah, we're good tomorrow. So it's on the list for tomorrow. All right, let me see something real quick. Y'all are amazing. I thank y'all so much. I really do have a good time with y'all. Thank you. All right, what we got here? Okay. He looks like he shocked people, gaslight them into debate on his crazy. He looks like he likes to, forgive me, shock people and gaslight them into debate over his crazy beliefs. Absolutely, D. That's exactly what it is. And just wants to debate. And how can you debate something as asinine as women create children? And that is just insane. That was insane. All right, let's keep going. I'm trying to advocate Misha Maynard for vice president. Really? Okay. I've reached out to Misha Maynard's camp as well. Hopefully one day soon. That'd be great. Hopefully one day they'll say, you know what? We need to go check out that guy up there in Atlanta, up there in Cobb County. We need to go check him out. That's what I hope they do. And then we're off to the races, man. We're just going to have a great time. Lining up people to interview and have good conversations with. Man, I can't wait. Cannot wait. All right, looking through, making sure I got everything that I was supposed to talk about. I do. All right. Okay. I'll figure that out. All right. Transplanted Texan, thank you so much. He got made and accused the host of not allowing him to finish. I know, right? It's crazy. That was the crazy thing. He got real mad about that. But it is what it is. So real quick, before we get ready to bounce out of here, I want to thank all of y'all so much for what you all add to this channel, the live chat. That's why I do these segments where we just watch it and we all jump in the live chat together because you guys are so fun. So you guys have there's a lot of good information that you all are sharing back and forth. a lot of the good family reunion type of engagement and such like that. Somebody comes in, there's lots of people hollering them out. When somebody leaves out, same thing. You guys are cheering them on and wishing them the best and seeing them the next time. That means a lot. So I really do appreciate that you all find value here and that you're making this community something that's meaningful. So I just want to say again, thank you. I hope it doesn't sound hyperbole. I don't want you to think I'm just saying it, but I really do mean it. You guys and gals make this the best live chat in the world. And I really do mean it. I've seen a lot of people say their live chats are great, but they unequivocally cannot prove it like I can, because this is the best live chat on the planet, in the whole solar system. Between here and the Andromeda galaxy, this live chat still rocks. So I mean that. But I really do appreciate you. I would love to talk to Misha Maynard. So I'm just putting it out there again. I know I put the ask out there, and a lot of you all did answer. Hey, if you know any other people that like, hey, I would love for you to talk to Joycelyn Wade. Hey, I'd love you to talk to Scorpion Queen. I'd love you to talk to Misha Maynard. And you already have a relationship with them, let them know. I deputized you to say, hey, Dear Woke Christian wants to talk to you. Give my email, dearwokec@gmail.com, and we'll go in and talk it out. I mean it a lot. So I really do appreciate it. I like this right here. We're going to end with Prince right there. Thanks so much and good night. I really do appreciate each and every one of you all. Feel free to wander around, have a good time with everybody else. And we'll do this again real soon. If anything pops off, though, I got a lot of time because Lady Dear World Christian is not here at the house. So don't be surprised. If something pops off, I'm coming back on. But until then, until next time, everybody, grace and peace. Take care. See you soon.